So Dust has another review, and that is for the latest Wes Anderson film, The Phoenician Scheme, there, starring Benicio del Toro. And as always with the Wes Anderson film, a variety of other different character actors come in this as well. Dusk, let us know about the Phoenician Scheme.
No problem. So, the Phoenician Scheme is about it's about an arms dealer named Zaza Cordo, played by Benicio del Toro. After a near-death experience at an assassination attempt, in which he is judged by beings outside of his control, he narrowly escapes what he believes death and judgment, and on sheer will alone, decides to pursue and find his only living relative, which is his daughter, who is a nun, and decides to make her the new heir apparent to his life and fortune. He then spends the rest of his time for the rest of this movie trying to make a Venetian scheme, aka trying to make a business consortium or a business arrangement that will make this basically this big connection between all these different peoples and states, and be like his last defining legacy. But in order to do it, he needs a lot of different people who are willing to pay the debt and cover it in order for it to be completed. And so that leads him to going to different places in the country, meeting different wacky characters and people who are just as scrupulous as he is, to try and gather the amount of money required in order to do his schemes. And along the way, he makes new friends. There are many assassination attempts, and people, bite the dust sometimes as soon as he meets them, or sometimes as soon as he leaves, as he tries to bond and back with his daughter, which he hadn't spoken to in 6 years. Meanwhile, they're joined by Michael Cera, who I'll just call Michael Cera. I know he has a character name, Bjorn, who's a Norwegian etymologist, and he tutors one of Corba's 9 sons. And there's a little bit of a romance that Bjorn is trying to make with Corda's daughter, Sister Liesel. And that's the main trio as they collect more people. And through the bonds of friendship, arms dealing, war, assassination attempts, and all kinds of wacky shenanigans, the only way Wes Anderson's can to complete the Phoenician scheme and secure his legacy.
Okay. So how Wes Anderson is this Wes Anderson movie?
This is the most Wes Anderson movie I've ever seen since the last Wes Anderson movie.
Okay. And he did, I know, are you talking about the Netflix film, or are you talking about Asteroid City?
The last one was Asteroid City. That one was like condensed Wes Anderson on a smaller set. This is what if I had a bit more sets? What if I took the Grand Budapest Hotel but made it more confusing and more quick paced?
Okay.
And had less of a lucid theme, like way less of a specific theme. In my opinion, Grand Budapest Hotel is probably his best work to date. It captured every essence that he had next to the end. Yeah.
Hunter from the Real Pine. Hey, that's going to Hunter from the Real Pineapple podcast. Great podcast. Great friend of the channel there. Props to Dusk. That was a wonderfully stated synopsis.
Well, thank you.
If this is more Wes Anderson-y than Asteroid City, I'm even more excited. Okay. I did not like Asteroid City that much. Is it better?
This one is Asteroid City was slower, a lot more slow paced. This one definitely gravitated a lot closer to a Grand Budapest Hotel, sped up. There are moments where they're talking between, and it's very quiet, and they're talking between each other, but it's very quick-witted, quick-paced, different camera angles, pull out to wide, cut into short, camera A, B camera. Let's go a Dutch angle here. Let's throw a few more in there. Hell, why not? Let's do a bird's eye view, because F it, why not? A man tries to assassinate another person. Hey, wait a minute, I recognize that person. You recognize me. Oh, suicide pill. Oh no, he died. Okay, pray for his sins. I'm going to move over and get the elevator stopped, because, he was operating the elevator. It's a little awkward. Next scene. It's very, very Wes Anderson. Death happens a lot in this movie and is kind of treated very much that's unfortunate. How terrible.
Mm.
Well, we got to continue. No time to stop now.
Okay.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, so you were delighted by this film?
If you like, the biggest thing I'll give it is this movie stumbles quite a bit. Well, the Grand Budapest Hotel, it was able to have all the quick-wittedness. It felt like a culmination of everything he'd been working towards. All the skill, all the abilities, even post Fantastic Mr. Fox, where he learned a lot when he did the stop motion film. He learned quite a lot, and that did change some of his style post that. It does feel like it was almost like people criticized him for Asteroid City and like, this is super Wes Anderson and it's kind of boring and I'm not really into this. And he went, "Oh, you don't like what I do? Well, too bad. I'm going to keep making. I'm going to triple down. I'm going to make the most Wes Anderson. I'm going to have Benedict Cumberbatch being the worst beard you've ever seen in your life, and he's going to take it completely seriously. I'm going to have Scarlett Johansson be there for a bit, and she doesn't make a single utterance in her face. It's completely stoic the entire time, and that's the joke. She's only barely going to be there. We're going to meet all these different characters. I'm going to have Tom Hanks be there for 5 seconds, because screw you, Tom Hanks is in this movie now. You know what? It's like, and you know what? I'll have Bill Murray be God, and you're going to have to suck it up."
Interesting.
So this is
I could be lying right now. It's a Wes Anderson movie. Anything's possible.
Exactly. You're just kind of selling me more on this.
So this is a clip that's been going around. People have been doing with this movie. I'll play a little bit of it. This gives you, I guess, a little bit of a sense of what the movie is like. I'll go ahead and play it.
Classic backhand layup.
I beg your pardon?
I didn't say anything.
Did you hear what Mr. Reagan just spoke to me? When he refers to my mother, he refers to the sovereign queen of a population of 10 million loyal subjects.
He didn't say anything about the sovereign queen. Don't listen to that. He's trying to get in your head. Just play your game, Farouk, if I may call you that, Your Highness.
I don't know how to play my game. It's utterly foreign to me.
You're good.
I'm not good!
Two's it.
Does that count?
It doesn't count, but I've never seen it done before.
Yeah, that's pretty much that. Where the Grand Budapest felt like it was a journey, this movie's supposed to feel like a journey, and in elements it does. When it works, it feels very comfortable with the back and forth dialogue, witty banter, back and forth character exposition, all this. But there are a lot of moments where it just feels like, here's a scene, here's these characters, we meet these new characters, cutscene over, move on. Okay, here's this next step. We're back on the train. Oh, the train tried to be bombed. Got to get off this train. Here's your parachute, darling. Let's get off the train. Okay, we're on a plane. Oh, does someone leave a bomb on the plane? Guess we have to parachute out of here too. Oh, we're nearby. Let's go to the next scene. And because of that, it feels a bit disjointed. It doesn't feel flow as naturally, and scenes do sometimes feel a bit abrupt. But I mean, the guy's still sharp. He's still sharp as a tack. You can't, and he's honed down his style to a fine point. And if you're into Wes Anderson movies, this one feels like the rest of them, with some minor gripes.
He's got a question for you here, Dusk. Hunter here, from the Real Pineapple Ghost. So, Dusk, would you say it feels more like scenes from a play at points as opposed to a cohesive film?
That's a very good point, Hunter. That's a very good point. It does feel more like a play from scene to scene to scene rather than a more cohesive film. But then there are moments where I want to equate it almost to like a video game. Say you're playing a video game and then a cutscene happens. And in most video games, a cutscene happens and then you play a little bit more game and then another cutscene happens and then you wrap up the game and then end scene cutscene happens. This is like you play a bit of the game, cutscene happens, and then in the middle of a cutscene, They might go, you've transported to a completely different area and you've loaded into a whole new area and level and go, okay, here you go. But also in the middle of this next cutscene, we're going to have you in control during the cutscene. And you're like, wait, what? This is kind of weird. And then before you even finished it, okay, now into a whole different scene. And then it goes back to that sync of gameplay, then cutscene, and then back and forth. And then you have a cutscene, and then a bit more of, and then it just in the middle of a half of a cutscene, it'll cut, and then you're in another level. So sometimes it feels like it's a cohesive. Parts of it feel like a cohesive movie, and then other parts it feels like, okay, this set ended. We need to move to the next stage play. We need to move to the next scene. But at the very end, it feels like it's finally kind of coming together, and then it ends on kind of it ends on a very quiet note, which is very Wes Anderson. Whether or not I feel like the characters deserved the ending that they got, because none of these characters are good people, not really, save for like Bjorn. I mean, Michael Cera's Michael Cera, so he is what he is. But
that was one of my issues with Asteroid City, was that it was
Mhm.
very play-like and not in a good way. And
this one, it's that back and forth aspect that leaves me kind of mixed in some ways, but I'm more positive than I am negative on this. I ended up kind of feeling charmed by it, even though I recognizes its flaws.
okay.
So it really just comes down to, are you a fan of the style or are you not? And is this one of his best works? No, I wouldn't say Phoenician Scheme is his best work. I still stand by Grand Budapest Hotel and some of his early work as being one of his best works.
Mm.
Is this as a technical work, do I think it's excellent? I think technically it's very good. Everything is top notch here. The camera angles, the way he flows. And so the way he flows so elegantly between certain scenes, it all feels all the more jarring when it's abruptly cut and we're moved to somewhere else. And I know that's a style, but sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And then sometimes certain themes are kind of presented and then aren't carried over until much later, or are abruptly dropped and then re-entered later on. And I enjoyed this movie despite its flaws. I think it's still an very entertaining movie. I think Wes Anderson still does a great job. I think all the actors did a great job. He's a one of a kind guy. If you're interested in his style, you like his work, I think you will enjoy it. But if this is a movie you're like, I'm kind of tired of this Wes Anderson stuff, I don't know, go, this ain't for you, buddy. I'm just gonna be honest. This is Wes Anderson overload. This is if Asteroid City was a slower version, a play version of Wes Anderson, this is as Robert De Niro would say, a double dose.
So, what will be your?
Honestly, I think this is a solid tune-in. I can't fault the guy's style. He's made an entire career of it. It is extremely unique. One of my favorite scenes is actually this clip right here. I just love it. He shoots the ceiling as a robbery, as a distraction. And he's just like, "What are you doing? This is a robbery. I know what this is. Why are you shooting my ceiling?" I asked why you shooting my ceiling. This is like a very nice building. Why did you ruin it? There's no reason for that. Now I have to go and get someone to repair this. Like, it's just money, but now I have to repair the building. Don't you understand how much of annoyance that is? He's like, look, man, I just want this. I know. And then it goes on and awkward because that's his style.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to go with the solid tune in. I think that's a fair place to put it. If you want to watch something a little bit different, I think this is a nice movie. And if you're a little overloaded, you might find some extra stuff to like, but it is very Wes Anderson heavy.
Okay. So, solid tune in from us for the Phoenician Scheme there.